It's time for Ryan's Roses. This is a public service and a last resort. If something is going on in your relationship and you can't seem to get to the bottom of it, then you can write us an email and we'll see if you want to go on the air. Adrian in Southgate has decided to go on with us. Adrian says, my husband's assistant was making me uncomfortable. She always went to work dressing a little too provocatively, and the way she talked to him was just too much. My husband knew about this, so when there was a new opening at their office, I told my husband he needed to relocate her. He did, but now I think I made things worse. I know they've seen each other. I don't know what sort of relationship they have, but I just don't like it. Let me get Adrian on the phone. Adrian, thank you for writing to us. Why do you think you've made it worse by having your husband relocate this assistant?
Because now I can monitor, like before, because I go a lot to his office, so I was able to see and look around and stuff like that. But now that she's in Orange County, I cannot get any info.
And it was the way that she was talking to him, you said. How was she speaking to your husband?
To him and to me. She's very, the way, even her voice goes, into this sexier mood, when you're in a club or you're, flirting with a guy. She's not, professional, yes, doctor and stuff like that. She's more oh, yes, very friendly.
And only with him, not with some people are like that with everyone.
Right.
No. You can't see that it's only with him. And then with me, it's another story. She's very she won't say anything, but you can see that on the rude side, I would say.
Rude. Oh. Well, now are they physically apart now that he's relocated her? They're not in the same building?
Yeah, they're not in the same building anymore. She got relocated to Orange County because we were having a lot of fights. So I suggested that when they had some opening on the other office, I suggested if she could get relocated there.
It's interesting the way that an assistant might treat the wife of her boss, because it could go either way if something's going on between them. Mm-hmm. It could go over the top, sugary, sweet.
Yeah.
So you might think she's covering something up, or it could go the other way where she knows she's got one up on you and she's got her hand on her hip every time she talks to you.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been married?
We've been married for 7 years now.
And you have kids?
Yeah, we have 3 children.
3 kids. So Adrian, we are going to call your husband.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to offer him some flowers, some roses, and we want to see who he sends them to. And then what he writes on the card. That's very telling. What's the assistant's name?
Her name is Jackie.
Jackie. And how long has she worked for him?
I think it's been 3 years, but she got relocated 6 months ago.
Okay. Patty is here, and I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is, on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, we're going to do this now. You'll be able to hear everything. But be quiet until we tell him he's on the air, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Rick?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, Rick. My name's Patty calling from Love Petals. How are you?
I'm doing okay, Patty. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for answering my call. Taking my call. I'm calling you because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses. They're completely free, and you can send them to whoever you want this morning. I don't need any information from you, just the name of the person you want to send them to and a note. And I make sure they get delivered today or any day you choose at no cost to you. Like I said, they're completely free, and I will also not charge for any delivery or any additional things you want to add, like maybe like a nice card, a note.
Why are they free?
Well, I'm promoting my delivery service, and I believe you may have purchased some flowers from either one of our network or our vendors, maybe a few months ago, maybe a few years ago, and we still have your information. And we chose 5 customers at random this morning to make sure that to call them and let them know that they've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses, just in hopes that you can come back to us, and if you like our service, you can continue using us.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Great. So let's.
I just got a quick question. Can you send it to an office?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Rick, it's Ryan Seacrest and Ellen Kay. I need you to know that your voice is being broadcast on the radio. That is the sound of your wife.
Sweetie, I don't have an office. Why are you sending flowers to an office? Huh?
Rick, who are you going to send them to? Let's just ask you that.
To one of my ex-coworkers.
Oh, of course. Who, Jackie?
Yeah, I was going to send it to Jackie.
Why are you sending flowers to Jackie? You say you had nothing to do with her.
Adrian, what are you doing?
Rick, what are you doing? That's what I'm asking to you. Why are you sending flowers to Jackie? You have a wife, you know?
What are you doing?
Rick, your wife has asked us to call you to find out what's going on between you and Jackie. Now, you just were on the phone. You had the opportunity to send free flowers to any woman in the world, and you chose Jackie over your wife. Your wife, as you know, has concerns about this woman. What's going on with you and Jackie?
She got promoted at work. She got promoted at her office.
She got promoted, and she got relocated. But are you locating her in your own time?
No, I'm not.
Yes, they are. They are. I know they're seeing each other.
Are you seeing Jackie?
Outside work time. I know you guys are having lunch. I know you guys have been seeing each other.
Hey, Rick, are you having an affair with Jackie?
No, I'm not. She's my friend.
She's your buddy?
She's your friend.
Okay.
Really?
I can have female friends.
And now, has anything ever happened between the two of you physically?
No.
Rick, why are you
pause?
taking so long to answer?
Adrian, this is crazy.
No, this is crazy. You've been lying to me. I knew there was something happening between you two.
Baby, you're acting crazy.
No, you think I don't know why you're not telling me that you're having lunch with her? You're not telling me that you're seeing her? Supposedly you always see her at a
Are you
meeting.
having lunch with her?
We work together.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Rick. Here's what is tough to swallow. If your wife is threatened by this woman, why keep seeing her? Why keep going to have lunch with her? Why keep having her in your life when you've relocated her? And you've relocated her per your wife's request. It just doesn't make her feel great. And then you send the flowers to her over your wife, who wouldn't think that something's going on, or at least that you want to have something going on. Maybe Jackie would, maybe Jackie wouldn't. But when we hear all of this in the sequence we just did, we think you're guilty of something. So what is it?
I think my wife's guilty of being insecure.
No.
Why is she insecure? What's the catalyst to that insecurity? It's the relationship that you formed with this other woman that she's threatened by.
I can't have female friends? You're saying
I'm not telling you you can't have female friends, but you got to listen to what your wife's concerns are and not make it worse.
A female friend is not the one that is always hugging you, that is always, like, I heard her calling you honey. Why is she calling you honey? She was your employee.
It's a German. I'm her boss.
Is she attracted to you? Rick, is Jackie attracted to you? Is she crushing on you? Is she in love with you?
Of course she is.
I think everyone would be attracted to me, but that's,
oh my God.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay. Oh, no.
Rick, on that note, would you mind if I had Jackie's phone number and we could just settle this now with everybody on the phone?
No.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why don't we just call Jackie?
No.
Yeah, but you
why
have
can't I have her phone number? Wait, Rick.
Why do you need to bring her into this?
Why can't we call?
It's all about her.
But if we can't call, then something's going on.
It's about my wife's insecurity.
No, it's about you.
It's about my wife's insecurity.
Rick, we can settle this. Let's stop yelling at each other. Let's settle this. We'll call Jackie, and she'll tell us everything, and everybody will be fine, right?
No, absolutely not.
Well, then something's going on, Rick, and you need to fess up to your wife. I'm gonna let you, Rick. I can't hear you anymore. I've let you go. Adrian.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right. He seems very arrogant. I don't like the way he speaks to you. I don't like the way he's treated you over the course of this phone conversation. I think there is something to worry about. I don't know to what extent. I don't know how far it's gone. But either it's happened or he wants it to happen because of his actions in the last couple of minutes. So you need to address this head on. And my advice would be to get Jackie on the phone with you right now.
Or in the room.
Or in the room with you right now and get to the bottom of it. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Good luck.
I'm sorry. Good luck.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, first of all, what a rude individual to his wife. And second of all, if he wants to settle this, if you are innocent and you want to settle this, baby,
Right.
get Jackie on the phone. Let everybody hear it.
Right.
All right, it's time for Ryan's Roses. It's a public service. If there's something going on in your relationship and it just doesn't feel right, feels weird, then you can send us a story as Angie did in Monrovia. Let me just read you the email and then let's get into it. So she says, Ryan and I found some videos of my daughters on their iPad. It showed them inside a house I didn't recognize. I asked them about it, but they're only 5 and 4. So they didn't really know anything. I asked my husband. He said that the house was that of his coworkers. He explained he bought Girl Scout cookies from her and passed her house to pay her.
It's weird.
We got a huge fight because he didn't want to tell me the name of his coworker, saying that if he told me, it would just cause trouble for him. Now, this all sounds terribly wrong.
Right.
I would believe him if he had brought home cookies, but I never saw Girl Scout cookies in the house.
Oh, jeez. I mean, this guy, like, if he's going to go with that story, he's got to have all the props.
I mean, okay, if this all looks guilty, then the best thing he can do for himself is to just tell his wife who it is. But he's not giving her that information either, which is making it worse. So, Angie, we don't think any of this sounds legit. Like, we don't feel great about it.
Well, I don't feel great about it either. I've been really stressed out. Like I feel like this acid burning in my stomach. Like it's causing me anxiety. I can't sleep. Like I can't sleep next to him. I just keep looking at him. Like why can't he just tell me the truth? Because then we could just go from there.
So just so we're clear, you saw this video on your kid's iPad and you recognize the voice in the background as your husband, another woman's voice, but you don't see them.
No, my girls, they love to make little silly videos on the iPad. So they turn the thing around so they can, shoot themselves. And they're always just making silly faces and stuff and laughing. And then through their laughter, I can hear my husband, and it sounds like he's kind of laughing at them, make like play. And then you hear somebody respond and it sounds like a woman's voice, but I can't really hear what they were saying. I've played it, I feel like 100 times, and I can't hear what they're saying, but I know it's a woman's voice, so I just said like, okay, great. Like she's on the video, just tell me what her name is. And then, I just want to know what her name is. Like, what's the big deal? And he got so defensive. He's like, are you feeling like insecure? And, this is on you. And he just got really defensive. And I was like, just tell me your name. He's like, you're going to show up to the office and you're going to make a scene. I know you. And I was like, you obviously don't know me because I would never do that. I would never go and jeopardize your job.
Well, do you think he was defensive just because you were grilling him or because he really feels
guilty of something? Something's not right. I'm telling you. How long have you been married?
7 years.
There's something weird about him not giving information.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you about a guy's brain. Mm-hmm. It's the best I can become a guy here. Guys, if we think we are being accused of something wrong, we will tell you everything to make you think that we're not doing something wrong. Like, he should give up the name.
So you think that if a guy is defensive, he's automatically guilty?
Well, not just defensive, but not forthcoming with some information after being defensive.
Okay.
All right, so let's do the call next. We're going to bring Patty in. We're going to offer the roses. Angie, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever your husband's name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call Kiss FM.
Okay. Married 7 years. I got 2 kids, 1 5-year-old, 1 4-year-old. Here's what's going to happen, Angie. Patty is going to offer him some roses, and we want to find out who he sends them to, what name he sends them to, and what he puts on the card, okay?
Okay.
Good luck, sweetheart.
Thanks.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Miguel?
Oh, this is him.
Hi, Miguel. Good morning. My name is Patty calling from Wesley Flowers. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm calling because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses. They're completely free, and you can send them to whoever you want this morning. I don't need any information from you. I don't need your credit card number or your billing address. Just the name of the person you want to send them to, the address, and a note.
Oh, no thanks. I'm not interested in anything like that.
They're completely free, Miguel. I'd appreciate it. I just opened my my flower shop, and I would like if you can just go ahead and review me on Yelp.
You know what? That's really nice. I hope it goes safe. I don't want to do anything like that. I personally don't believe there's anything as a free lunch. So I'm sure somehow you figure out a way of charging me or making me part of a club or something. I'm not interested
No,
in
no, no.
anything.
There's no hidden fees, no hidden agenda. It's just straightforward. You're getting a free bouquet that you can send to whoever you want. They're very beautiful, and I'm not asking for any of your information, so I don't have your information, so there's no way I can use your information. All I need is the name of the person you want to send them to and the note, and I make sure they get delivered today.
I'm sorry. I'm really not interested in anything like that. Okay, like I'm sorry they waste your time on me, but I'm not interested in anything like that. Okay, I'll buy my own flowers. I do okay for myself. Thank you though. I really don't want anything to do with this.
Do you want to buy flowers? Can I send you my catalog? If you
No, it's
choose
okay.
to,
No, I really don't want to deal with this at all.
they'll brighten anybody's day. Like I know, I'm sure there's somebody that would want roses or flowers from you.
I think he's gone. Hello, Miguel. I think he's gone. Angie, was that the voice of your husband?
Yes, it was.
All right. Well, he is. He wants nothing to do with any free lunch.
Do you think he knows it was us?
I don't know. I just wish he would have said something. It's just weird that he wouldn't even think of me in that moment, that he wouldn't even say, like...
Well, he wasn't thinking of anything other
And
than
nothing
him
but-
being caught with some sort of catch, right? He felt like there was some sort of
Yeah.
catch.
Yeah. So he did, like, it didn't even seem like on his radar that he could even... Oh, I'm so frustrated. I just thought I was going to get an answer today. I just want to know what her name is. I just want to know what's going on. Like,
Go to his work.
he's probably just going to say that, like, I'm causing trouble. I've never caused trouble. I've never been a drama queen. Like, we've been fine for so long, but, like, this thing has gotten so weird. He froze when I showed him the iPad. He froze, and he talked about Girl Scout cookies and how they ate them at work. And I was like, I love Girl Scout cookies. Like, I don't understand.
Let me give you just a little direction on this. So I think what you need to do, as I can't tell from what he said on the air, what's going through his mind. But I do think that if he is not forthcoming with the details of who this person was and giving you that information, then you have a problem, because it wouldn't make any sense if there was nothing going on. Why would he withhold that information? If there was nothing to be guilty of, why would he not tell you? So you need to look him in the eye tonight and sit down with him and say, look, what is going on? Why won't you tell me who this is? It's fine if you bought Girl Scout cookies. It's fine if you went to go pick them up and paid for them, but tell me more about who it is. But you got to get those answers. If you're not getting those answers, he's hiding something.
Mm-hmm. And then you have
But
to
he
dig
brought
even
our
deeper.
little girls to her house. He brought our little girls to her house.
That's
Like,
why you need to know. You got to find out.
it's just such a left turn. It's
Okay.
just I don't know.
Well, Angie, have that conversation. Get those answers from him. You need to know. He should tell you. All right?
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Ryan.
Good luck, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Bye. I mean, if you're in that situation
Yeah.
and your spouse thinks that you've done something wrong, you're calling that coworker on the phone saying, hey, could you explain, just
and you
confirm
do
what happened?
everything you can in your power
course.
to reassure the person you love.
Like there's some sort of guilt there if he's not giving her the information. It's time for Ryan's Roses. So we've got an email from Elisa in downtown LA. She says, I met my boyfriend on Tinder a few months ago while I was living in Arizona. Things moved fast, and I ended up moving here to LA to spend more time with him. I've been here for a little over a month, and I have only seen him 3 times since I've moved here.
That's a foul.
He's always finding excuses not to come around. I don't understand why he's acting this way, because he was so attentive and loving with me, and he acts like he doesn't care now that I'm here. That is not untypical, that in the pursuit, one pays a lot of attention, and then once the pursuit has ended, there's no pursuit, and so you get the person that is normally the person that they are before the pursuit. So, Elisa, you see this guy, you guys, you meet, you swipe the right way for each other, and then he pursues you, then you're right in his own backyard, and now he's ignoring you.
Exactly. I met this guy on Tinder. Last summer, we saw each other a bunch of times. He seemed to be perfect. He lived in California, but every time he came to Arizona for business, he would wine and dine me. He was amazing. He was handsome. We had a crazy connection, and we talked all the time. And he told me, he encouraged me to move to Los Angeles so that we could see what it would be like if we dated in the same state. And now I'm here, and I've seen him like 3 times in a month.
But you didn't move in together.
No, we didn't move in together.
But you moved states for this new guy, which is that's a very quick decision on your part to make that move.
And what makes me sad is everything you said about him and the two of you together is past tense. We had a crazy connection.
I would be devastated. I quit my job. I gave up my friends and my family.
You wouldn't have moved here had he not urged you to.
No way.
But it's a little drastic to quit your job and move your entire life for a guy that you just met on Tinder.
Well, I didn't just meet him on Tinder, and that's what you have to do to see, if
you met him a few months ago.
Relationship will work when you're together. You have to take chances.
Let me ask you a question, and I'm just looking at the time here. How do I say this?
How do you say this?
How long after you met him on Tinder did it take for you to show him one of your shades of gray?
That's really good. Well put, Ryan.
I showed him a lighter shade of gray pretty early on.
Okay. I just think that factors into the equation a little bit to me, because the average person doesn't show a shade of gray, and I'm considering all shades to be the same in this conversation. A shade of gray until after the 3rd date.
Oh, okay.
Elisa?
Hello.
Okay, hi. I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is, on Kiss FM.
Okay, Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Okay, we're going to bring in Patty. Now, Patty is going to offer him some roses, and we want to find out who he sends them to. If it's you or if there's somebody else that's top of mind. And then we'll know some stuff. We'll also try and get a little bit more information by seeing what he writes on the card. All right, let me bring in Patty now. Patty?
Hey.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Jason?
Yeah, this is Jason.
Jason, hi, good morning. My name's Patty calling from Floral Boutique. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm calling because you actually been chosen to receive a free dozen roses. You're one of our 5 customers that will get a free bouquet this morning at no charge. We're just trying to maybe make way for our new flowers for this week. And as a thank you for our customers, we want to go ahead and send a free bouquet as a thank you. And it's no charge to you. You don't pay for anything. Just all I ask from you is the name of the person you're going to send the flowers to and a note and the address, and I make sure they get them today or any day you want me to deliver them.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to go ahead and take on the offer?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Awesome. So, Jason, who do you want to send them to?
I'd like to send them to my wife.
Okay. And what's her name?
Her name's Veronica.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Veronica?
Veronica?
Veronica, yeah.
Okay. And what do you want to put on the note?
Love from you, sweetie. Love you always.
Love you always. And sign Jason, right?
Yeah.
Jason, it's Ryan Seacrest and Ellen Kay. I want you to know that your voice is being broadcast on the radio right now. We also have on the phone Elisa, whom you met on Tinder, and she's moved here and thinks that you guys are dating. Are you married?
Jason, are you kidding me?
Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
But did you meet this woman named Elisa on Tinder?
Yeah, I know her. She's a friend of mine.
Did you take her out?
Well, she's a friend. We've seen each other a couple of times.
Do you have a relationship with Elisa and you asked her to move here?
I didn't ask her to move here. She said she wanted to be an actor.
You told me that I should move here so that we could see if this relationship would work out. You told me you wanted me to be the mother of your children.
No. Wait,
Yes.
I never said anything like that. I never promised.
Hold on. Did you guys meet on Jason? Did you meet this woman on Tinder that you hear on the phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And
why are you on?
Why
Tinder
are you doing that if you're married?
You told me you were single and that. Well, actually, I didn't ask that because I just assumed that if we were dating for a number of months, you wouldn't have a wife. And I moved to Los Angeles for you.
No. I never asked you to move here. You said you wanted to move here because you wanted to act.
Hold on. Did you guys, Jason? Did you go out on a date?
We might have hooked up once or twice, but
you cheated on your wife.
Yeah.
So you cheated on your wife with Elisa.
Look, it's none of your business.
Does your wife know you're on Tinder?
I think he's gone. Hello? Elisa.
What
This is
when I tell you we had such a connection, there were no signs of this at all.
Well, there are people that can pull this off. We have, unfortunately, spoken with people who have pulled this off for many, many years, where they've actually had 2 wives, 2 relationships. I mean, bizarre, crazy stuff.
I didn't even think to ask him, like, are you married?
Of course not.
No, of course not. He's on
Tinder.
Tinder.
We were in a long-distance relationship and dating. You know, I didn't even think that had to be one of the questions.
Just to evaluate this, because we just, met both of you moments ago. At first, I'm thinking to myself, okay, who's the crazy one here?
Right, me too. I'm like, did she make this all up?
Like, exactly. Like, who is the craziest of 2 crazies that I'm hearing right now?
Okay, I think it's one crazy.
Well, I guarantee you I think he's crazy for sure. I don't think that you're crazy, but I do think that you've, I don't know.
A little impulsive, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it was too fast, too soon, too much, not knowing too much about him.
I think when you have a connection with someone and you're in love, you have to, take chances. Otherwise, you're going to spend the rest of your life saying, what if? And I took a chance, and maybe now I have to rethink that.
Well, let me put you on hold for a second, because this is a great place that you've moved to. I absolutely love it. The other thing is, with respect, Elisa's now on hold. With respect to Elisa.
Yes.
How about his wife?
Ooh.
Who doesn't know that any of this is going on? I mean, there's really not that much at stake for Elisa. Yes, she moved, but this other woman is married to a guy who's on Tinder taking girls out from other states.
And she wants to be an actress. It sounds like he's a great actor.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. This is a public service as a last resort. If you think something is going on in your relationship and you can't seem to put your finger on it and figure it out, then send us a story via email and we'll try and get to the bottom of it. This one comes from Norwalk. It's Emma in Norwalk, and I mentioned it earlier, but let me give you more detail. Her email says, I've been finding parking stubs in my husband's car and decided to do a little snooping to find out where they were from. So I called the company on the stub and was told they only manage parking spaces in downtown Los Angeles. My husband works in Long Beach, so this doesn't make any sense to me. He has no business, to my knowledge, being downtown. So she's found the parking stubs from downtown. Doesn't know why he's going downtown. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's gone to see a girl downtown, but let me grab Emma. Emma, how are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Okay, thanks. So we were just talking about the parking stubs that you found. Could there be any logical reason? Let's just think this through. Any other reason that he might be going downtown? Is he maybe taking a class that he don't want to tell you about? Is there something that has to do with his work that maybe you don't know about that would make him have to take the trip? Anything else?
I don't know. I guess like the classes. That sounds logical.
Have you asked him about the downtown stubs?
I haven't, no.
And how many have you found?
At least 6.
6 stubs.
Over what time span?
Over like probably a month or 2, and like they'll be there for like a day and then they'll be gone.
So he's frequenting.
Yeah.
How long have you been married to him?
3 years.
Do you have any kids?
We have a son. His name is Caesar. He's about 7 months old. And I don't know. It's just weird to me.
What do you think is going on?
I feel like he's meeting somebody down there, and I don't know. I hope it's not what I'm thinking, but maybe it's a girl, maybe it's another woman. I don't know.
Wait, you have a 7-month-old, and you think he's meeting someone downtown? Is maybe your imagination's running away with you, and maybe you might be a little hormonal? I
mean, I hope so. I hope that's the case, but like we don't have any friends down there. We don't ever go downtown. And he doesn't have any family here. Like it doesn't make any sense to me why he's going down there.
Are you afraid to ask? I mean, why not just ask him?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid to know what and I don't know how to deal with it. It's so weird, it's so unusual. I don't know how to go about.
All right. So Emma in Norwalk, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
All right. Ryan, you have permission to call on Kiss FM. All
right, I'm going to bring in Patty. She's going to offer him some flowers, And then we want to see, you'll hear him, but we want to see who he sends them to and what he writes on the card, what message he sends, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck, Emma. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Jonathan?
Yeah, this is Jonathan.
Hi, my name's Patty calling from Spicy Fruit Flowers. How are you?
From where?
Spicy Fruit Flowers. I'm calling because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses. They are completely free, and you can send them to whoever you want this morning. I don't need any information from you, just the name of the person you want to send them to, a note, and they're on their way. I don't need your credit card number.
You're gonna give me free roses to give to anybody?
Yeah, they're to anybody. They're completely free. I don't need a credit card number. I don't need a billing address. Just the name of the person you want to send them to and a quick note.
What? Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just promoting my delivery service in the area.
So anybody I want, like you can send it anywhere?
Anywhere in Southern California. Actually, you know what? Anywhere.
Because my wife works at a clinic. Would it be possible to send something over there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So you want to send them to your wife?
What do I got to do?
Just give me her name and then and the note, and that's it.
Okay. Well, her name is Emma.
Emma?
Yeah.
Okay, and where do you say she works again?
She works at a clinic.
Okay, and what do you want to put on the note?
Put, baby, I know I'm gone a lot, but I know this, I hope this makes up for it.
Okay, and
love Jonathan. All right, Jonathan, it's Ryan Seacrest and Ellen K on the radio 102.7 Kiss FM. We're on the air right now with Emma. Not important.
Hey,
we're on with Emma on the phone now. So you're on the air, and this is it's a celebratory call. So she asked us, Jonathan, to call you because she was concerned about something going on. She happened to look in your car and find a bunch of stubs from a parking lot that's downtown, and she told us that you work in Long Beach. She's curious to know, why are you going downtown so much? And I think she wondered, but she just wondered about that. Can you explain it to her?
I've been going down there because there's a hotel that has a restaurant there that I'm trying to get into. And, it's tight where I'm at right now, and I'm trying to get a better job. So I was going over there to see about getting it over there.
Oh, so you're interviewing?
Yeah, I'm trying to check it out and see what they got and how it's running. I'm trying to be a manager over there because where I'm at right now is just not paying too decent,
Right on.
So you're a restaurant manager in Long Beach, but you would rather get the job downtown because the money's better? It's just better?
Yeah, I found it out from a friend, and he said he would tell me what they were paying, and it was way better. And we came down from Florida a couple years back, and we've been struggling. So I'm just trying to make things better, I wasn't.
So Jonathan, maybe there's just a lack of good communication in your relationship, and that's why Emma was a little bit concerned because she thought maybe you were going down there doing something behind her back. And I think the question is, why didn't you tell her that you're doing that? Because maybe you should have.
Well, I didn't know if I was going to get it.
Right.
And second, I didn't think I was doing anything bad in order to be telling anybody anything.
So, Emma, do you understand what he's telling you? Does this make sense?
I mean, it does, but it brings up a whole new concern of him not communicating with me. Like, I'm his wife. Like, we have a kid together.
I think he's trying to do the right. It sounds like he's trying to do the right thing. Yes, you guys should.
Right now?
She's on the line. Yeah.
Emma, say hi to John.
You call them. You call them instead of calling me, or even asking me.
Well, let's not make that the issue.
Yeah, that's not it, John. It's just she just wondered what you were up to. That's all. No biggie.
Not exactly the most approachable person, John. So I felt like this was
approachable. I'm working.
All right. So, Jonathan, here's what we're going to leave it at. Thank you for your honesty. Mm-hmm. Emma, thank you for sending us the email. I do believe it sounds to me, and I open this up, 1-800-520-1027. It sounds to me like Jonathan is being very genuine and trying to do the right thing and is caught way off guard. And I just think that maybe you shouldn't jump to conclusions in a situation like this and just have a little more of a direct line of communication between the two of you. But, Jonathan, we're going to let you go and get set for work, whatever you got to do. And, Emma, I think you should call Jonathan back and tell him more about what you were feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, and don't flip out, John. It's really it's fine.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
He took it in the wrong direction.
Who took it in the wrong direction?
John.
He sounded like he's doing everything right.
Right. No, I don't mean with the roses. I mean the post roses.
This goes back to my point.
Yeah.
That just because he had parking stubs, his wife thought he was doing something wrong. I'm on my bouncy ball about it.
And he's actually innocent.
All right,
I believe he's innocent, don't you?
I do. It's time for Ryan's Roses. So we've got this as a public service. If there's something going on in your relationship and you can't get to the bottom of it, then this is something you could do. Send us the email. All right, let's get to Linda in Monrovia. Linda, thanks for coming on. I'm going to read part of your email to Ellen, okay?
Okay.
Are you there, Linda?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
All right, it says, Dear Ryan and Ellen, I saw my boyfriend texting someone that he saved in his phone under the name Aunt Cece, but he doesn't have an aunt named Cece or Cecilia. I've never been one to check his phone. I've never felt the need, but I see him texting more and more, and when I talk to him, he's not even listening because he's on the stupid phone. It's just becoming more and more apparent to me that something is going on. So there's definitely no Aunt Cece. That's clearly a cover-up. You said that you believe that there are what other things are coupled with this to make you think that maybe he's seeing somebody else, and do you have any idea what he's texting?
I don't feel it's right to, even though we're in a relationship, I feel like privacy is important in the relationship, so I don't feel right checking his phone. But he's been spending like more time at the gym and like really getting in good shape, which kind of like the shape he was when we first met 7 years ago.
On the surface level, I think that's so great, right? You're going to stay fit. You're working on your physique. You want to be healthy. You want to live longer. You want to be on this earth longer. It doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's cheating.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, when we met, he was in great shape, and then he's kind of let himself go a little bit. We've been together for like 7 years. We moved in together 2 years ago, and since then it's kind of been like a little bit less interested in maintaining his physique, and now he seems to be kind of like obsessive about it, and I'm happy. I'm happy, but that was just something that, you just start gathering evidence, and then he's been coming home later and later from work, and just sometimes I'll call him and he won't get back to me, or he won't answer, he'll text back, and it's like it's just different. It's different than he has been, and then to see this text message from Aunt Cece kind of, for me, it fearfully put it in a context that I'm afraid could be the truth.
Well, to me, that's the most material thing we've got to go on, and that's what I'm going to focus on when we call him in a second. You're just dating. Do you have kids? How long you been together?
No, I don't have kids, no, and we're not married. But we started dating about 7 years ago, and we've been living together for 2.
Have you ever wanted a more permanent situation with him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and 7 years is a long time to invest in someone if there's no future there. So, we've talked about it, and sometimes we talk about we haven't talked about logistics of it, but as far as I know, it's on the table.
So we're going to call him. Patty's going to offer him some flowers, some roses. We're going to try and find out who he wants to send them to and what he puts on the card, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck. Here we go.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Ben?
Yeah, who is this?
This is Patty calling from Pink Roses and More. How are you?
Oh, good. Can you hang on just a moment?
No problem.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Who is this?
This is Patty calling from Pink Roses and More, a new shop here that I just opened. I'm calling because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses. They're completely free, and you can send them to whoever you want this morning. I don't need any information from you, just the name of the person you want to send them to and a note, and I make sure they get them today.
Today?
Yes. At no charge to you. I don't need a credit card number or your billing address. They're completely free. It's just a thank you to recent customers and past customers for,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. But you're going to need an address for the recipient, yeah?
Yes. All I ask is the name of the person you want to send them to, the address, and I also include a note, which I can handwrite for you in gold ink. So it looks pretty. It looks really pretty.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. All right. Let's see. All right. I got the address.
Okay. So who do you want to send them to?
It's going to Hazel.
I'm sorry?
To Hazel.
How do you spell that?
Hazel.
Okay. And what do you want to put on the note?
Just like you can write thinking of you.
Okay. And
Ben, it's Ryan Seacrest and Ellen K. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that.
Hi, Ben.
We have your girlfriend Linda on the phone. She's asked us to call you. Who's Hazel, Ben? Who's Hazel? Why are you sending her a thinking of you bouquet of roses, bro? Who's Hazel?
She is just a friend that I'm kind of seeing. Linda is aware of this. It's not.
Wait, so you guys have an open relationship, bro?
No, we don't have an open relationship.
Wait, hold on, Linda. Let me let Ben speak for a second.
Okay.
Ben, tell me what's going on.
Linda and I have been together for a while. I mean, we have a certain way of our relationship. It's not something we talk about publicly, but it's something that we agree on, and I don't know if you call it open. I think we just have an understanding.
You see other people? Both of you see other people?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't see other people, and I never agree to those terms.
Well, how come Ben seems so matter of fact about the fact that you guys are allowed to see other people in this relationship? You clearly have two different points of view and understandings of your relationship.
Well, Linda, this isn't such a surprise, right?
Well, why? When have you ever talked to me about wanting to see other people? I'm so confused. Like I feel like we called the wrong person. I don't even know what's going on right now.
Wait.
We've talked before. You any number of times I've told you, I was just out seeing, my friend, or sometimes I say, my girlfriend. I don't know. It's just like my other person. It's nothing. I've never lied to you about this. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, Ben, let me ask you something. In your phone, Linda tells us that you've got someone listed under Aunt Cece. Who's on the other end of those texts, and why are you texting her?
Why is she looking at my phone?
Well, because you guys are together, apparently.
And you're ignoring her, and you've got your face in your phone all the time.
But just tell us, who's on the other end of that?
Well, yeah, that's right.
Is that Hazel?
Is there more than Hazel?
All right, well, hold on, you guys. If you're allowed to see other people, then why are you hiding that it's Hazel? Why do you have the cover-up contact in your phone?
Exactly.
It's kind of like I'm trying to be sensitive to the fact that it's not something that probably we need to talk about. It's going to cause some distance between us. That's a way to kind of keep a barrier there, I think.
I don't understand. You've been together for 7 years. You live together, right, Ben?
Yeah.
So why do you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and why does she think both feet are in?
Wow. Okay. Well, we've never had a discussion about, marriage or anything before. And
7 years together,
7
and you've never talked about a future? I can't believe you.
Yeah, Ben, that doesn't sound right.
Linda, look, I love you. I've never lied to you.
But you weren't forthcoming either.
No.
No, but I thought this was just how we operated in our relationship. I didn't think we had to talk about it.
You got issues. You guys have relationship issue here.
That you're like completely lying right now. I don't even
7 years, and you thought that you were allowed to see other.
Lied to you.
Well,
all right. Hold on, both of you.
So weird.
Exactly. So who do you believe in this situation? Do you believe Ben? Do you believe Linda?
Oh, I believe Linda, because Ben was totally caught off guard, and he's trying to cover his tracks, and he's a huge coward.
He's clearly covering something up, or he'd have the actual name of the person in his contacts.
Aunt Cece and Hazel, same person. I think Ben's pretty involved.
Look, I can't fathom the idea that he's so casual and sure that they were having this open relationship for 7 years while living together, and she has no idea. It just doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. If you think someone is cheating on you or something is just not right in your relationship, take it to them, talk to them about it. And if you can't seem to get the peace of mind that you're looking for, this is an option. It is a last resort, but it is an option. You send us a story via email, and we'll see if we can't get some of the details for you. And that's where we start with Liz from Montebello.
Okay.
Liz says, my husband and I always make plans on Valentine's Day. It's special because that is our anniversary. But this week, he's not into the idea of making any plans. He told me he may have to work. What does that even mean? To be honest, I've been having these weird thoughts in my head that he's been talking to this married woman that goes to the same gym he does. I don't have any proof other than the fact that he's acting really weird. Now,
A married woman at the gym. Why worry? She's married.
He's married. I don't know much.
Right.
But I know this.
Oh.
You do not defer on an anniversary or a Valentine's Day, and certainly without wanting to be chopped off.
Yeah, this
combo.
This is a double whammy. That's why I think it's so risky to do. He probably isn't doing it. It's too risky.
It's so high risk.
Yeah.
It's so on the radar that I think that I agree with you. He has to be the dumbest person in the world to think he can push off the double. Hello, Liz, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, thanks for coming on. So Ellen and I think that this is way too high risk for him to actually be seeing somebody else on a double, on a Valentine's Day and anniversary, unless he resents something so much in the relationship that he actually wants to be caught.
Well, I mean, I know it sounds really crazy, but I just have this terrible feeling, and I have to know for sure, you know.
You have other hints that he's stepping out?
Well, a couple things, actually. We sort of celebrate Valentine's Day more than our own anniversary because we met on Valentine's Day. And so that day is really special for us. And, you know, this year he says that he may have to work. And, you know, that's completely abnormal. You know, he works in construction, but he's his own boss, and it's very rare that he would have to work on the weekends or on a special occasion. He makes his own hours. So that there tells me a lot, you know, and he's just so cavalier, just casual about it. Oh, I may have to work.
How long have you been married?
We've been married 8 years.
How many kids?
We have 2 little girls.
And you normally
6 and 7, yeah.
And you normally have a celebration on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's sort of, you know, it sort of reminds us of when we met.
Why do you think that there's a woman at the gym that he's seeing?
Well, the couple times that I've been, just in the past few months, I've noticed this woman who started to come in. It's a pretty small gym, so we pretty much know everybody. And I noticed this woman coming in, and, you know, she's beautiful, and suddenly he stands up straighter. You know, suddenly he has a lot more energy doing his workout. You know, suddenly he becomes, you know, he gets all puffed up in the chest, and it's like, why are you doing that?
And you've asked him, like, what's up with this appearance you're putting on?
I mean, I haven't asked him because I just noticed it. And the one thing that just sent me over the edge was I was there a couple of weeks ago, and, you know, I'm standing in line at the juice bar, and this woman is behind me, and, you know, I smile at her, and she just comments to me, you know, uninvited, oh, you know, I wish that my husband was like yours and would come to the gym with me.
And well, that's a compliment.
All right, let's make this call.
All
right, we're going to make this call to your husband. And I said to Ellen a second ago, there's 2 things happen. One of 2 things I think are happening here. Number one, he's got so much resentment, or there's so much of a problem in this marriage that he wants to get caught, because you do not blow off either a Valentine's Day or an anniversary, or certainly the combo.
Yeah, right.
Number 2, is he just that naive to think that he can get away with it?
Well, and number 3, what's so important on Valentine's Day that he may have to work when he's the boss?
Right. Making his own schedule became a key point here. We're going to bring in Patty. Liz, I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on KISS FM.
Okay. Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
We are going to call him. Patty's going to offer him some roses. We're going to find out who he wants to send them to and what he wants to put on the card. Do you have any idea what the woman's name is at the gym?
You know what? I don't. I don't know what her name is. I get so stressed out and frustrated if I see. I don't know.
Okay, Liz, that's all right. All right, here we go. Good luck, sweetheart.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to John?
Yeah, this is John.
Hi, John. Good morning. My name's Patty, and I'm calling from Love Petals. And what I'm doing right now is I'm offering 5 people today the chance to get a free bouquet, free roses, and they can send them to whoever they want. You can send them to whoever you want at no charge, free delivery as well. I'm just promoting my delivery service for this week, and I want to make sure that you get your flowers on time.
And there's no catch?
There's no catch. I'm not going to ask for your credit card number or your billing address or anything of that stuff. I'm only going to ask you for the name of the person you want to send them to and the address and the note.
Oh, okay. The only thing is, I'm surprising my wife with the trip. So, can you send them before 9 a.m. on Saturday?
On Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I can pay extra. I'm taking her away for a little romantic weekend. So, we have to leave by like 9:30. So if you could get them there before then, that would.
You know what? Let me call you back and make sure that I can. Can I call you back?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I'll call you back for sure, okay?
Thank you.
Well, who feels worse?
Wow.
You, me, or Liz?
Well, what did I say all along? There's no way because...
What are you talking about?
I said he would never
Hold on for a second. Re-rack the tape. That's not what you said.
I said Valentine's Day.
You said far harsher
and anniversary.
things.
There's no way that he would do that unless he was wanting to get caught.
So you thought either he wanted to get caught, so he was cheating, or he wasn't cheating. I mean, come on now. Liz, so we've ruined your surprise. We've called your husband. He's now not cheating, and we all are bad people.
I hope that he doesn't hear about this.
Liz, act surprised. Yeah. That's all we're going to say is act surprised. Okay?
Oh, my God. I can't believe it. I feel, oh, my God.
You know, maybe you'll learn a lesson from this, to trust him and love him back and don't doubt.
Can I say something here?
Yeah.
Let me just say.
What?
If we're on this runway leading up to Valentine's Day, if we're acting a little funny and we're doing things that are a little weird, give us the benefit of the doubt, right? Because we might be up to something such as John that is a romantic surprise. And just when you think we can't do it, we might surprise you. Oh. So if anything seems weird or strange this week, we shouldn't even have done Orion's Roses. This is the fault of someone else. The fact that they said that we should do this.
You're the one who said, let's make the call.
I think Patty said to me, I can't go into the weekend without making a call from the flower shop.
Right. Okay.
All right, Liz, good luck.
I'm going to pretend to be very surprised. Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day and anniversary.
Have fun.
Goodbye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
It didn't dawn on me till this. We're going to act strange this week. We're doing stuff. Mm-hmm. Give us the benefit of the doubt. It's time for Ryan's Roses. It's a public service. This is a last resort. If something's going on in your relationship and you can't get to the bottom of it, then send us an email as Maggie did, and you can go on the air. Maggie's on hold. Let me read you this so you're up to speed. It says, Ryan and Ellen, I was supposed to take my son to his soccer game, but instead my husband, he took him and even took my car. I stayed home. After they drove off, a woman knocked on my door. She was wearing a short dress and in full makeup. When I answered the door, she got a stunned look on her face and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I must have the wrong house." Got back in her car and drove away fast. I could see where this is going. Right. She said it was weird. I told my husband about it and he had nothing to say. I checked his phone after he went to bed and I saw a text from a number that said OMG. I know something's up. I want to find out who this woman is. So basically, this woman, if what happened in Maggie's mind is true, he was supposed to stay home. Maggie was going to go to the soccer game. Yeah. This woman was going to come over. Something was going to happen, and this was all going to go down during the game.
Did you ever play soccer as a kid?
Of course.
I'm wondering, how long are those games?
Long enough.
Yeah, okay.
Long enough. Maggie?
Hey.
I'm sorry that you're going through this, but I know exactly what is in your head. In your head is that your husband was going to see this girl while you were at the soccer game.
Yeah.
And this last-minute swap threw off his plan.
That's what I think, because this soccer game, I probably would have been gone for a good solid 5 hours.
That's a game.
Ooh.
So just the fact that this woman shows up in my house ready for a date, and I feel like she wasn't at the wrong house. Just how do you do that? She pulled up right behind my husband's car. She knew what house she was at.
But the problem is he took your son. So why, if he's not going to be there, why wouldn't he tell her, hey, change plans?
I have no idea.
I have a question
I
for
don't
you. When the text came in, the OMG text, did it just have a phone number, or was there a name attached to it from the Rolodex?
No, it was just a phone number. It was just a random phone number, and there were no other texts. And, it was just OMG by itself. So I feel like if there were any other texts, he deleted them.
Two paths here. Maybe he tried to reach out to her and he couldn't, and she showed up and something was going to happen. Or maybe this is all just a big mistake. Maggie, I'm going to bring Patty in here. How long have you been married?
We've been married for 10 years.
All right. How old's your son?
He's 8. He just turned 8 on Sunday.
We're going to bring Patty in to call your husband. We're going to offer him some flowers and then find out who he wants to send them to and what he wants to write on the card, okay? Because you think something's going down with this woman who knocked on your door and your husband.
Yeah, I really think so.
Have you asked him? Did you tell him what happened? And have you asked him if there's something he wants to tell you about this lady, or if she's real, or if it's for him?
That's the weird thing. I asked him about the woman, and normally, if you knew my husband, he's very talkative. He's extremely opinionated. He's not the quiet type at all, and he didn't say a word. It was like he had nothing to say. It was weird. It was really, really weird and suspicious.
Okay, I'm going to bring in Patty now. So I need you to say, Ryan, you've my permission to call, and then whatever your husband's name is on Kiss FM.
Okay, Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, here we go. Good luck, sweetheart.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Louis?
This is he.
Louis, hi, my name is Patty. I'm calling from Lilies and Whispers. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm actually calling you because today I am giving away 5 bouquets to 5 of my customers for free at no charge, including the delivery. And I would like for you to go ahead and take that offer and send this beautiful bouquet to somebody you love today.
Huh. Okay.
It's no charge to you. I'm not going to charge your credit card. I'm not going to ask you for your credit card or any information.
You said it's for your customers, though. I feel like I don't know who you are, so...
Well, you may have maybe purchased flowers maybe about 4 years ago or a few years ago when this was owned by a different owner.
Okay. So just like in the database, free flowers?
Yeah, we usually always keep that. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what? I better send those to my wife.
I'm sorry?
I should send those to my wife.
You said you should send them to your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And what's her name?
Maggie?
Great. And what do you want to put on the note?
Love you, Louis.
And do you want red or white roses?
What do you think?
Well, if she's your wife, red.
Red, yeah.
Hey, Louis, it is Ryan Seacrest and Ellen K. I need
Hi.
you to know that your voice is being broadcast on the air right now. Louis? Hello? Are you there? Patty, is he there?
No, he just hung up.
All right. So Maggie, do you want to call him back? Or I tell you what you should do, Maggie. There's something that I heard on this call. He sent you the flowers, but when he was writing the note, and this is what I would want to ask him. When he was writing the note, he said he should or he better send you the roses. That didn't sound like the right reason to send you the flowers. But what you need to do right now is track him down, find him, ask him for the text phone number that came in, the OMG text that came in, this strange text that came in. Ask him to call that phone number, and if nothing is going on or nothing happened, then he'll give you that phone number. But you need to go and address this with him right now. He hung up for a suspicious reason.
That's what I'm going to do. That I feel like that's the only way I just have to know. If he's being honest with me, then he should agree to do that.
Right. I agree. All right. Well, good luck. Thanks, Maggie.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.